Hello, students. Welcome back to class. And we are on page 43, lesson number 8, conversation again. You know, remember, if you had another student that was studying with you, that would be great. Two of you studying together, you could practice these conversations and you could help each other. Maybe you know someone else that can come and study with you when you study, and you can practice the conversations together. So this is a conversation called On Vacation. On Vacation. And so listen to me. I'll read it one time and you listen. Listen for information because I'm going to ask you some questions. So this is a conversation between Mike and Celia. And so you might want to get a piece of paper and take notes, or pay close attention, or read the text, read the conversation, because I'm going to ask you some comprehension question to see how much you remember, how much you understand. So, conversation, Mike. Hi, Celia. How was your trip to the United States? Celia, it was terrific. I really enjoyed it. Mike, great. How long were you away? Celia, I was there for 3 weeks. Mike, that's a long time. Was the weather okay? Celia, yes, most of the time, but it snowed a lot in Chicago. Mike, so what was the best thing about your trip? Celia, oh, that's difficult to say, but I guess I liked Nashville the best. All right. So, where did Celia go? What country did she go to? You can see it right there. How long was she there? What does it say? I was there for? How was the weather? How was the weather in Chicago? And what's the best thing she liked about the trip? All right, to answer those, where did Celia go? She went to the United States. How long was she there? She was there for about 3 weeks. How was the weather? The weather, it snowed in Chicago. What was the best thing about the trip? Nashville was the best thing. She liked Nashville the most. So you can see the pictures. Chicago is a very big city in the United States. And Nashville is also a big city in the United States, but probably not as big as Chicago. Chicago is in the north. In fact, if you look, there's a map of the United States right now. And so you see the United States. By the way, how many states are there in the United States? How many states? Mien rot pon man nakanang South America. Mien hasap. So some Cambodian teachers will teach you there are 51 states, or they will say there are 52 states. Manmente. Kinumchia chanchet Amerikang sut hai paprakat mentai hasap kut. There are 50 states in the United States. All right? And so if someone tells you there are 51 or 52, it's not right. Count the stars. On the American flag, how many stars? Count them. There are 50 stars. Each star represents one state. There are 50 stars, 50 states. So look, you see the arrows. Chicago is in the state of Illinois. And it's very cold. In the wintertime, it's very cold in Chicago. And Nashville is in the south, kind of almost the middle of the United States, but in the south. And it rains in Nashville, but it's warmer in Nashville than in Chicago. So Nashville is warmer than Chicago. So these are two cities. Nashville and Chicago are two cities in the United States. In this conversation, we're learning about the past tense of be in questions and statements. A question, of course, is when we ask something. A statement is when we say it. We just say it. The sky is blue. That is a statement. Is the sky blue? That's a question. So questions and statements, past tense of be. So what is past tense of be? Past tense of be is was and were. Look at the chart that's on your screen now. Was and were, past tense. I was, he was, she was, it was. We were, you were, they were. So you see, was is used with singular pronouns, and were is used with plural pronouns. Niitam lakru, I was happy. He was hungry. She was a nurse. It was big. We were early. You were at school. They were quiet. So that's what we call the affirmative statements, affirmative or positive statements. And here are the negative statements. Wasn't. Listen, remember, listen to how I say it. Was. It's W, the A has the sound. A has 4 sounds. A, those are the 4 sounds of A. And so when you read a word, say a word, you have to remember A has 4 different sounds. And so you have to think about which sound it's making. So was, wa, S has 2 sounds. S and z. Okay, so here was and wasn't, the S makes the Z sound. So it's not wasn't, it's wasn't, the Z sound. So was, wasn't. I wasn't sad. He wasn't thirsty. She wasn't a teacher. It wasn't small. We weren't late. You weren't at home. They weren't noisy. So was and were are past tense of the to be verb. Wasn't means was not. Weren't means were not. Can you say that? Weren't. You see the ER there? ER makes the sound. That's the R sound. R has many strong sounds in many different words. Or. So say were, the sound comes from the back of your throat. And it's wa, makes the W makes the wa sound. Were, weren't. If you don't put the T on the end, you won't be understood. They won't know what you're saying. Weren't, wasn't, weren't. So questions, the affirmative, they were happy. To make the question, were they happy? They, remember, were is used with they. Was she rich? Was is used with I, he, she, it. Was she rich? Were they happy? So as you speak and as you write, you have to think, am I speaking past tense or am I speaking present tense? And which pronoun am I using? Am I using a singular pronoun or a plural pronoun? This is all part of speaking English. It can be very complicated, but I believe you can do it. And so let's look at where, why, and when. Okay, remember? Were is the W, were. But by where is WH. You have air coming out of your mouth. Where, why, when. Where was she sick? Where was she sick? Why was she sick? When was she sick? Remember the 5 words that you can use to ask questions to get more information? Who, when, where, why, what. What was her sickness? Say, was is for I, he, she, it. Were is for we, you, and they. Was is singular, were is plural. So you have to think about the pronoun. Is it a singular pronoun or a plural pronoun? And then you know whether to use was or were. When were you sick? When were they sick? All right? Why was he angry? Why was he angry? Where were you yesterday? When was she nervous? Nervous means afraid. But there are many different words for afraid. Nervous means not feeling comfortable, not feeling good about something because maybe she has to do something she doesn't like to do. She doesn't feel confident. Who were those people? Why was he angry? Where were you yesterday? When was she nervous? Who were those people? All right, so let's go back to the conversation with Mike and Celia. Hi, Celia. How was your trip to the United States? She says, it was terrific. So there's different ways to say this. She can say, I had a good time. I had fun. It was terrific. It was fantastic. It was really nice. I really enjoyed it. And Mike says, great. How long were you away? How long were you on vacation? How long were you in Phnom Penh? How long were you at school today? It's a time word. How long? How many hours? How many minutes? How many days? I was there for about 3 weeks. Men 3 weeks. That's a long time. Notice the contraction. That's. Men, that a long time. That's a long time. Was the weather okay? Yes, most of the time. But it snowed a lot in Chicago. It snowed. It rained. It was sunshiny. It snowed. Okay, past tense. The past tense of snow. Snow is a noun. Snow is a verb. Will it snow tonight? I don't know. It snowed last night. Snowed. It snowed a lot in Chicago. Say that. Chicago. The CH has different sounds. One of the sounds is ch, but another sound is sh, sh, Chicago. Usually, if it makes the sh sound, it's because it's a French word. It comes from the French language, and English has not changed it. So, what was the best thing about your trip? Trip. Say it. It's not trip. Trip. Tur. Say that. Tur. and a short I sound, trip. And you need the P sound, trip. English speakers use this word a lot. Where did you go on your trip? We don't use journey very much. Where did you go on your journey? We use trip a lot. How was your trip? Are you going on a trip next year? A trip means a journey. So it means a journey. It means you're traveling someplace. Maybe you're traveling by bus, airplane, train, but it means a trip is a noun. How was your trip? Okay, and so did you go on a trip? Will you go on? Did you go on a trip? Will you go on? How was your trip? Okay, so it's a noun, but we use that word a lot. Oh, that's difficult to say. That's, there we have the contraction again. That's, you need the t-s. That's difficult to say. Bị mạn nị yay. Ta ai nâng plạnh mùi nào đã lo trên kề. Ô bị bạn nị yay. Bàn tay, I guess. I guess means I think. I think. I guess I would say Prahao Kriam Sang Ni Ye Tha Tikrong Nashville. So I guess, I think. I guess I will be there. I think I will be there. Will you come to the party? I guess I will be there. Means maybe, Prahao, I think I will. Okay, so now it's time for you to say it after me. So we will read it one time, and you can look at your screen, and then we will say it, and you will watch my lips. Hi, Celia. Ni etam lakru. Hi, Celia. How was your trip to the United States? It was terrific. It was great. It was nice. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed. Great. How long were you away? I was there for about 3 weeks. That's a long time. Was the weather okay? Yes, most of the time, but it snowed a lot in Chicago. It snowed a lot in Chicago. When man, it snow a lot. It snowed. You need the ED, snowed, the D sound, snowed. It snowed a lot in Chicago. So what was the best thing about your trip? Oh, that's difficult to say. But I guess I like Nashville the best. Liked. I guess I liked, there's the T sound of the ED. I guess I liked Nashville the best. All right, so now watch me and watch my lips. Say it with my pronunciation, my intonation, my stress, and my pause, the American way. Hi, Celia. How was your trip to the United States? It was terrific. It was great. It was fantastic. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. Great. How long were you away? I was there about 3 weeks. That's a long time. Was the weather okay? Yes, most of the time. But it snowed a lot in Chicago. So, what was the best thing about your trip? Oh, that's difficult to say. But I guess I like Nashville the best. All right? So, that is the conversation lesson. No homework. Take a break. Remember, watch the video 2 or 3 times. It's a short video. Watch it 2 or 3 times. And practice saying it the American way.